blue sandstone, very hard.
And then I asked him if I could come to Bollingen again, and he wrote back and said yes. So the next time we saw Jung, which was, I think, in about 6 months. I hadn't done much. I was doing research, you see. And we saw him not at Bollingen. We saw him in Zurich. I said to Jung, oh, that stone must symbolize everything that you believe in, or something like that. And he said, oh, not at all. It just meant nothing to me. It was like a song, and my heart just sank. Well, we stayed there an hour, Romy and I, and talked with him and all about things. And I told him I'd been working with the Indians, and that's when I told him the story about the Indian that later gave a prayer over me. So when we were ready to leave, he turned and looked at me and he said, everything I believe in could be on that stone. Isn't that something? And before that, he said something about, you know, I never lied until I was, did he say till I was older or till I was younger? I couldn't remember. But anyway, I thought, well, you certainly lied to me. But I felt just like $1 million, because I really knew.
You knew?
Yes. And then we went into the house, and I kept saying, oh, show me your studio, show me your workroom, show me your studio, to myself, you see. And by the time we got into the entryway where you enter the house, he turned and he looked right at me and he said, would you like to see my studio?
He got the message.
Yeah, he got the message. So I went up, and that was in the tower. And it was absolutely fascinating. He had all over the wall pieces of bone and shells, and he had vellum manuscripts, and he had Tibetan things hanging on the wall, and it was a small room, but it was jammed with things. And then this big long table, a sort of a small window looking out where he worked.
And this is where he wrote?
Yes.
Did you see any of the paintings that he did on the wall?
No, well, I just noticed the Tibetan ones.
Did you ever meet Toni Wolff?
Yes, once.
What were your impressions of her?
Well, she was with people, so, you know, it was down when I went down to Frau Ferber's, you know, lectures down by the lake. And I just saw her there, but I was introduced, but nothing more. I didn't talk with her.
Did her work speak to you at all on the feminine, on the...
Oh, I thought she was excellent. Very wise woman. So then I worked 2 more years on it, and then I took it to him, and then I saw him again in Bollingen, alone. He was absolutely marvelous. I just loved Jung, and I felt so at home sort of with him, and he had this twinkle in his eye, sort of a naughty twinkle. And he also was stubborn. I could see as stubborn as I am. You could tell it in his mouth. The whole, you could say, the whole individuation process was on the stone, but written in enigmatic writing, in Greek and Latin.
Well, you see, this is a Greek inscription. It begins, Ho aion, pais esti, paitson, petreion, paidos, he basileia. It is a quotation from Hermaitos. It says, time is a child that plays like a child. It a game on a board. The kingdom of the child. Then Telesphoros. This is the name of this little figure here. He is the familiar spirit of the god of the physicians, Aesculapius. The text says, Telesphoros traveling through the dark spaces of the cosmos. And rising out of the depth like a star. He points the way. Par Elioiokulas kai demononairo, to the gates of the sun and the land of the dreams. The latter is a quotation from Homeros. Then you see a division into four parts. Here are the three lightnings, one river. It's the ancient idea of paradise with its four rivers. Three were supposed to be equal, and one has a double meaning, and that's the one here, the river. This is an old alchemistic secret, so-called axioma Maria. This Maria has nothing to do with Mary, but with the Maria Prophetessa, or Judaica. She was a philosopher in the time of Hypatia. That was another woman philosopher living in Alexandria about the 3rd century. It says, this axioma says, from 1 comes 2, from 2, 3, and from the 3rd comes the 1 as the 4th. This axioma has played a very great role through 1700 years of alchemy. Then you see here the sign of the sun, here the sign of the moon. On the left side, Jupiter, on the right side, Venus. Saturn above, Mars below. These 4 planets are the so-called division into 4, the tetrameria. Here, on the body of the child is a sign of Mercury, and he is supposed to be Mercury, or Hermes, the messenger of the gods. The text refers to him as the one that points to the region of the Westland that is supposed to be the land of the dead.
How do you see him as a figure in history? I mean, do you...
Well, I think he's one of the most important men of this age.
This is a Latin inscription. It is a verse by Arnaldus de Villanova, a famous physician and alchemist of the early 13th century. It reads, "Here is the stone, the insignificant one, cheap concerning price. It is despised by the stupid, all the more appreciated by the wise." C.G. Jung, from gratitude, has made and put this stone in memory of his 75th birthday. That's it.